Hello there, everybody. Happy June to you. It is June after all. And, I just wanted to put this out. Last year, I was able to pay for over half of my vacation expenses to go see my children, my family back in Ohio, with the contributions of music lovers and the fans of my YouTube channel. And so if you like the music that I continue to try to do and perform for you, then feel free to give a gift, whatever you feel is appropriate, toward my final expenses of going to a final expenses. That's like I'm going in a box somewhere, right? No, toward the expenses for my trip coming up. As all of you know, we've all been touched by the high cost of everything. Gasoline is almost triple in Ohio what it was last year. And so if you want to contribute to my vacation, then please do on my PayPal link that I put down here in the description. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I have a couple of amazing friends with me today. Of course, you all know my Harry James model King Balanced trumpet, which I play. And today on this horn I'm using my Buble mouthpiece. It's almost identical to the one that Harry played. But I have another guest with me today that I'm going to tell you about a little bit later. This is an amazing Doc Severinsen Eterna Getson model built in the late 1963, 1964. And I'm going to tell you more about it here in a little bit. But first of all, my friends, I want to put a shout out to my regular supporters. Peter, Rutger, Daniel, you guys are amazing. I appreciate so much what you've done for contributing to my music. And so I want to do something really dedicated to Harry James today. You know, Harry, one of his favorite songs to play as a trumpet player was Embraceable You. And although he had a marvelous arrangement that was written by Ray Conniff for the vocalist in the band, once in a while Harry would go up to the microphone and take the place of the vocalist and play Embraceable You. And so I'd like to play Embraceable You, and to try to get it as close to the way Harry would have sounded, especially in his later years. And I hope you enjoy this version of the great Embraceable You. Well, Embraceable You, what a beautiful song. I can see why Harry liked to play it so much. Anyway, as I said earlier, I have another friend with me. Let me just tell you this story real quick. Of course, Harry James is my favorite trumpet player of all time. I consider him to be the greatest of all time. But right behind him is the great Doc Severinsen. And I had the privilege of meeting Doc when I was about 18 years old. And he began to gush over Harry James. Harry was his hero as a teenager. And we compared notes on Harry. Anyway, Doc had a unique sound all his own. And in 1963, he was asked by the Getson Trumpet Company to design a Doc Severinsen model trumpet. So in 1963, they debuted the Getson Eterna Doc Severinsen model. And this particular horn, let me say this. There's a lady in our church, a marvelous prayer warrior, just a fantastic lady, who's gone through several years of the most incredible health issues. And yet she just keeps fighting. And anyway, her husband passed away several years ago, and he played trumpet and he left this horn. And so she had the horn chemically cleaned and reconditioned. And I'm telling you, this is one of the first Doc Severinsen models. This horn is amazing. And so I have it listed on eBay. I'm trying to sell it for her. And I hope that we can get a price for her that's worthy of this great trumpet. But I thought it would be interesting for me to play, and you can see what a different sound I get on this horn. Well, let me just give you an example. You heard me on the other horn. Here's the Doc Severinsen model. See, that's a bright sound, much different than my Harry James model. Anyway, I'm going to play this on a song that was written in 1937 by Duke Ellington. It was called Never No Lament, and it featured the great Johnny Hodges on alto saxophone. But about 3 years later, Duke Ellington had commissioned someone to write some lyrics, and the song became Don't Get Around Much Anymore. And of course it's been recorded by everybody, but Michael Buble, strangely enough, has recorded 3 different versions. And so I've stolen the Michael Buble arrangement off of his brand new album that just came out in May. And so I thought, because there's a wonderful key change in the middle of it, that I'll sing the chorus, the verse, and then I'll play the trumpet on the key change. I hope you enjoy Don't Get Around Much Anymore. I missed the Saturday dance. I heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. I thought I'd visit the club. I got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Well now, darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, why stare up memories. I've been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Awfully different without you. I don't get around much anymore. My mind's already, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? I've been invited on dates. I might have gone, but what for? I'm so lonesome without you. Possibly bear it. I can't do nothing. My life is over because, baby, I don't get around much anymore. Or something like that. Anyway, man, that horn's a screamer. Anyway, thanks folks for paying attention to what I'm doing. Thanks for coming back and checking out my videos. They're not perfect. I don't have enough time to make them perfect. But I think some of you enjoy it. And if you care enough to contribute to my PayPal link, I sure would appreciate it. Anyway, thanks, and I'll see you soon. Probably when I get back from Ohio.